Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome back once again to your favorite channel, that is StudyIQ Ice English. I'm your educator Praveen Mishra, going to proceed today's The Hindu analysis, that is 24th of April 2025. Okay, so what are the news, what are the headlines for us to be discussed today? So here we start obviously the first one that is always in news these days, right? What is it? The terror hit Jammu and Kashmir, and India has paused the Indus Water Treaty that we signed in the year 1960. Okay, so what is the news? Yes, we have discussed it already. The issues in Pahalgam, the terrorist attack that has claimed around 26 lives, and not just even lives, way beyond that. It has disturbed the establishing peace of the valley, the peace in the valley of Kashmir that was already much, disgruntled, and we were facing a number of troubles, no doubt in that. But yeah, things were going fine enough. Things, the peace system was going on. It was being established. It was under the process, what we can call it. The peace was basically under manufacturing, right? But unfortunately, what we have seen, the incidents which has not just claimed the lives, it has also disturbed or has actually, whitewashed the previous decades long struggle of the central government as well as the administration of Kashmir to establish peace inside the valley, right? Now, what we have seen, the Pahalgam, what the newspapers have called it, it has become a ghost city. Yeah, ghost city as in the people, not just the tourists, but even the local people, they have also shut down their businesses. The shops, they are closed. The offices, whatsoever they were there, they were closed. The schools, they are closed. Everything is closed. Looks like the COVID-19 lockdown is still going on inside Pahalgam. It has happened in just last couple of days, right? So, to retaliate, obviously, we know it very well now, it is Pakistan. And just I don't know how much true that video is. I have having no clue. Just I was entering the studio just on the way, so I got a video from some of my friends showing that the Pakistani High Commissioner, he was having a cake in his hand and he was entering to the premises to celebrate the Pahalgam attack. Though I must mention here, I don't know whether the video, what has been represented there, it is right or wrong. But yeah, the claims, they have been, floating all over the internet now. And to retaliate, what we are doing, first and foremost, the thing which Pakistan wouldn't have even, thought in its deadliest of the dreams, that is, India could pause the Indus Water Treaty, the Indus Water Pact. It was brokered by World Bank. It was the time period 1960. Okay, it was brokered by whom? By World Bank. Okay, so 1960, brokered by World Bank. Between whom? Obviously, yes, India and now Pakistan. Obviously, it is. So, according to the treaty, the east flowing rivers, that is Satluj, Chenab and Jhelum, these will be the rivers which shall be given for the absolute use of the Indian country only, whereas the west flowing rivers, that is Indus, okay, sorry, it is not Chenab here, Satluj, Ravi and Jhelum. Whereas the west flowing rivers, that is Indus, Chenab and Jhelum. Here we have Satluj, Ravi and Beas. Okay, so these are the rivers, Satluj, Ravi and Beas, for the absolute use of India, whereas Indus, Chenab and Jhelum for absolute use of the so-called not so grateful, irritating country Pakistan, right? So now, what was the pact? pact was, the clause of the pact was, it is still there, no country or no party could step out of treaty. In case it does, World Bank is entitled to take action. Okay? But Indian government has said, dear World Bank, we are sorry that we are not sorry. And we are just stepping out of this pact of Indus water. And sorry, we'll have to take offensive measures now, counter offensive measures now to curtail or let Pakistan and all its so-called nonsense allies that you dare not attack India and Indians. In case you do, you're already starving. You're already dying of hunger. Don't make us to starve you for water, to die you with, to make you die because of thirst. Right? So as of now, all the west flowing rivers, Satluj, Ravi and Beas, this is what the east flowing rivers. Now the west flowing rivers, the ICJ, Indus, Chenab and Jhelum, if the waters they are stopped that are flowing through the Indian country only, if the waters they are stopped, remember dear Pakistan, Kaheka dear, remember Pakistan, you will just die out of thirst could be. Okay. So right now we have opted out of the pact only. That means it's a clear message to the state of Pakistan that we can stop the flow of waters as well as we are not bound with the treaty anymore. And to the World Bank, what we have stated, sorry, we are not sorry. Okay. So retaliation, as I stated just 24 hours back in previous class. We'll go ahead with the military action, maybe or maybe not. Yes, okay, if you have seen yesterday's session, then yesterday it was discussed by me only with you. That is, maybe we might be going ahead with the military action. Maybe. Military action is something which is, maybe here. But an offensive action, a counter-offensive action to counter this particular, militant activity, we will take some legislative or statute-based actions, right? And this is it here. Within just 24 hours, Indian government has did the same. Okay, we have paused what? The Indus Pact, the Indus Water Treaty. You know what? The biggest thing is why even Pakistan is surprised that it is something which was brokered by the World Bank. In fact, the other allied states from USSR to America, they were also into the picture, right? But we said, doesn't matter. You go ahead. Okay. So this is the first news for us today. That is, we have stopped the treaty or paused the treaty that is known as Indus Water. Now, next one. Here we go. What is the next news for us? Indian astronomers throw light on curious case of missing dark matter in distant galaxy. Okay, what Indian astronomers have found? First of all, there is a particular galaxy. Okay, the whole news. Okay, we need not go through the whole news. Don't worry. Okay, we'll just cut short the important things. Okay, so there is a galaxy. We call it as NGC 1052 DF2. Okay, what is the name of the galaxy? NGC. Like for example, we have got the Milky Way, Andromeda. Okay, so in that very same sense, we have got another galaxy as well, NGC 1052 DF2. This is the name of the galaxy. Okay, and what the astronomers and the scientists, they have claimed that high chances, possible chances are there that we can have good analysis or information or knowledge on the dark matter thing. Dark matter that nearly comprises 27% of the outer space. Right? And we have no clue, no specific, no concrete information over this thing that is dark matter. But yes, the recent astronomical research by the Indian astronomers itself, they have claimed that very soon it shall happen into the history of mankind that we will be able to decode the mystery of the dark matter. Okay, as the galaxy NGC 1052 DF2 explains critically about the presence and the further information of this dark matter. Okay, so guys, remember, okay, who has found it? It's the Indian astronomers only. Okay, on what? The dark matter in a galaxy, that is NGC 1052 DF2, and it is also termed as UDG. UDG as in ultra diffuse galaxy. So there are types of galaxies, okay, and in that one type of galaxy, we have got UDG, that is ultra diffuse galaxy. So guys, with this particular news, the things to be marked out: first, that is UDG, ultra diffuse galaxy; second, that is dark matter; and third, a type of the UDG, that is ultra diffuse galaxy, that is named as NGC 1052 DF2. Okay, so let's discuss first the ultra diffuse galaxies. How do I define this thing, that is ultra diffuse galaxies? So as you can see, UDGs, they are faint, low luminosity galaxies characterized by their large size and low surface brightness. As in diffused they are. Diffused as in, first of all, they are faint, very weak. Secondly, they do not have such light within themselves. Okay, the light thing is absolutely absent. Okay, so as what you can see, the first thing, they are faint. They are faint. Why? Because first and foremost thing, what scientists they have claimed, that when they were being made, when the process of their creation was going on, it stopped in between due to whatsoever reasons. Okay, it stopped in between. Okay, so their construction, the galaxies, they couldn't be formed at their best formation, at their best structures. Okay, so their construction stopped in between, their creation stopped in between only, hence they were not able to grow. Okay, so that is why they are weak. So that is why they are termed as what? Faint. And the very next feature of the UDGs, that is ultra diffuse galaxies, what are they? That is, they are having very low amount of luminosity, that is very low amount of light. Yes, they are larger in size, okay, and very least amount of brightness is visible. Okay, so they are often found in galaxy clusters, that is group of galaxies, and are thought to be formed through processes like tidal disruption or failed galaxy formations. What is tidal disruptions now? Tidal tail. We have got this term as well to discuss. Okay, that is tidal tail. Okay, you can just put down this word. Question: what is tidal tail? So it is a type of a structure which is formed when the two galaxies collide. Okay, it is formed when the two galaxies collide. Let's say, for example, this is one galaxy and this is another galaxy. So when they are colliding, let's say here this is the time where they are colliding. So here it will be a structure formed, okay, that will be termed as what? That will be termed as the tidal tail. Okay, so this particular area, okay, that is between the two galaxies, it will be termed as what? It will be termed as the tidal tail. Okay, so these are the UDGs that are either formed because of the tidal tail, or they may be because of the unfinished creation or manufacturing or production of the galaxies. Okay, so these are what? UDGs, ultra diffuse galaxies. And the next one here, we have got what? The dark matter. Now, how do I define this term, dark matter? Dark matter, as in the basic definition, it is a form of matter that is entirely invisible, emitting no light or energy, making it undetectable for the conventional sensors and detectors. Okay, and apart from that, it literally doesn't interact with electromagnetic forces. So it neither absorbs, reflects, nor emits any particular amount of light. Okay, so dark matter, it is a type of a matter that has no correlation or no such type of contact with the electromagnetic forces. So it literally has no interaction, with electromagnetic forces, right? And apart from that, the very next thing what we have got here, so it neither absorbs when it is not even absorbing, so now either it is reflecting, so neither it is reflecting, so neither it is emitting any kind of light. So making it impossible for our conventional sensors and detectors, whatever we have, to understand the dark matter. Okay, so dark matter, it makes up to around 27% of the universe, okay, outweighing visible matter 6-1, while visible matter accounts only for 5%. And the visible matters that we can see into the outer space, what they are known as? They are known as baryonic matter. Okay, what they are known as? Baryonic matter. Okay, so they consists of atomic particles like electrons, protons, and neutrons. So which are visible, the matters which are visible in the outer space, we call them as baryonic matter, and which are not visible, we call them as what? The dark matter. And baryonic matter, they are only 5%. The dark matter, it is of 27%. Okay, so we can understand here what is the amount of information we have for with regard to the outer space or the universe. Okay, so coming to the next news for us about Dhruv helicopters, the lightweight Dhruv helicopters. As you can see here, what it is mentioned, that a grouped Dhruv helicopters resume flying in Anantnag. So this is what the Dhruv helicopters they do look like. Okay, and now their operations, they have been started where? Into the Anantnag region. Yes, Anantnag region, where the Pulwama falls in. Oh, sorry, the Pahalgam falls in. Right. So there only we have deployed what? We have deployed the Dhruv lightweight the combat helicopters. Okay, remember, they are the combat helicopters as well. Okay, so where we have deployed them? We have deployed them in the Anantnag region after they were discontinued because of some technical errors, as we have seen just some time back, just a month back, basically a couple of months back, basically. We lost some of our soldiers into a crash that happened with the Dhruv helicopter. Okay, so because of which Dhruv helicopters operations, they were halted or paused. But right now, immediately after the Pahalgam attack, with all this reinstallments and all repairing has been done, and all analysis and research has been done as well. Now the Dhruv helicopters, now they are fit to fly. There are no dangers related to the flying of the Dhruv helicopters, and now their operations, they have been started where? Into the Anantnag region of our state of India, that is Jammu and Kashmir, where the Pahalgam region falls. Right, so here we go. What are the features? First of all, about light helicopters. If I call it advanced light helicopters, so what are the features to it which I must have in my mind? So first and foremost, the most important thing here, okay, it is a multi-role and multi-mission light utility helicopter for both military and civil operations. Developed by whom? By HAL, that is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. And the ALH choppers are operated by all three Indian Defence Forces. That is, with regard to the Army, Navy and Air Force, and along with the offshoot of the Navy, that is the Coast Guard. Okay, they also are equipped with the Dhruv lightweight helicopters or the advanced light helicopters. Okay, so remember, Army is having it, Air Force is having it, Navy is having it, and the other branch, that is the offshoot of the Navy itself, that is the Coast Guard. They are also equipped with ALH Dhruv, that is Advanced Light Helicopters Dhruv. Okay, it is certified by whom? It is certified by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, and it was designed to replace the aging helicopters like Chetak, okay, and Cheetah. So before Dhruv, we had two lightweight helicopters. They were termed as or named as Chetak and Cheetah. So they were aged enough now, and so they have been retired as well. And in place of Chetak and Cheetah, we have got the state-of-the-art technology equipped Dhruv helicopters. Okay. Now, moving to the next news, the next headline for us, that is India and Saudi agree to enhance stability of global oil markets. Okay, so we know it very well. Our Prime Minister was on a tour to Saudi Arabia, and on a tour to Saudi Arabia when he met the representatives, the leaders of the country. So the one thing that has been finalized and one thing that has been, kept into the main picture of discussion was controlling the global oil market. Okay, controlling the global oil prices in the market, for which an affirmative deal has been signed between a pact has been signed between India and Saudi Arabia. Okay, and now this brings us to the discussion with this whole news. Okay, a thing that stands out or comes out for us to discuss with regard to our prelims and mains and interview as well, that is OPEC, basically speaking, Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. Okay, supplying the oil into the global market, and apart from that, controlling the price as well. It is given to one particular organization, an international organization basically. We call it as OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Established in the year 1960, a conference was held, and this conference was termed as Baghdad Conference. Obviously, Baghdad in the city, the capital city of Iraq. Okay, so in 1960 in Iraq, okay, that is the capital city, Baghdad, a conference was held, and in that conference only it was made, that is OPEC came into the existence. It is termed as what? The Baghdad Conference. Okay, so as we can see the further of the features. Okay, so the members, the founding members, basically not the members, founding members first of all. Who were the founding members? So it's Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. So as you can see, these are the countries from Middle East. Okay, but there is a country which is far from Middle East as well. Okay, not part of the Middle East geography. Now, the present member countries. Who are the present member countries? So these are the founding members. Now talking about the present members. So obviously, along with the founding members, we have got Algeria, Congo, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, obviously Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, okay, Libya, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, obviously there. It is joined by UAE as well, and Venezuela. Okay. Gabon was a country that rejoined, okay, left in the year 2008 or 2012, sorry, and rejoined in the year 2016. Okay, so right now Gabon is also part of it, okay, that rejoined, remember, in 2016. Now, where is the secretariat falling? Secretariat lies in the city of Vienna, that is the country of Austria. Remember, it's Austria, not Australia, Europe only. Okay, so founding members and the members. Along with that, we have got the headquarters or the secretariat of the OPEC. Where it is in the continent of Europe. Remember, though majority of the countries are from Asia, but the secretariat, it is in Europe, in the country of Austria, in the city of Vienna. What is the objective? Yes, the very same, to secure fair and stable prices for petroleum producers, an efficient, economic and regular supply of petroleum to consuming nations. Okay, basically speaking, in simple terms, controlling the global supply of the crude oil along with the prices. Okay, that is maintaining the healthy competition, also maintaining that the inflation doesn't reaches a place where the countries are not able to purchase the oil, which will disrupt the whole global trade. Okay, so this is what the OPC is entitled to. So it operates on the principle of anonymity, that is basically speaking, one member, one vote. Okay, so India-Saudi Arabia deal comes with the virtue of the organization, that is OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Further, when we talk about India's presence and India's need of OPEC, so as what we can see, first and foremost, around 80% of the world's proven crude oil reserves, which are already registered as a crude oil reserve, they are located in the OPEC countries only. And out of India, 100% of India's fuel consumption, out of 100%, 70% of it, okay, 70% of the crude oil, and 60% of its LPG, and 30% of its liquefied natural gas LNG, and 45% of petroleum products, they are coming from OPEC itself, right? That means for the sake of fuel or the power supply, we are heavily depending, not just we, the world. Exactly. This data is almost similar for the rest of the countries as well, even more of them. Even the percentage is higher to the other countries as well. Okay. So we are highly depending or relying on the OPEC, that is Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Apart from that, the OPEC, it provides an annual report that it is termed as World Oil Outlook. Okay, and in the year 1976, they have created their own fund as well, that is termed as OPEC Fund for International Development. Okay, so remember the time period when it was created, it was only in the year 1976. Okay, what is the name? OPEC Fund for International Development. What is their report? What they provide every year? The name of the report: World Oil Outlook. Okay. Next, we have got OPEC Plus. Okay, said to be those countries which are having nearly 40% of the oil reserves. Said to be. Okay, so as what we can see, the name OPEC Plus. This group is also termed as the Vienna Group. Okay, OPEC Plus group, we also term it as the Vienna Group. Okay, so what is the name? OPEC Plus group or the Vienna Group. When it was created in the year 2016, the very same year when Gabon rejoined the group. Okay. Now the members, these are the countries, the 10 countries which are not part of the OPEC. Okay, but yes, they do possess good amount of crude oil reserves with themselves. Okay, so these are the countries that are Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Brunei, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Mexico, Oman, Russia, South Sudan, and Sudan. Remember, everyone, these are non-OPEC countries. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 actually. Okay, so these are the countries which are not part of OPEC, but they do possess good amount of crude oil reserves with them, said to be around 40%. Okay, they have, said to be. Okay, not yet proven, justified. Now, it pumps around 40%, and next, these countries signed a declaration of cooperation undertaking a production adjustment to achieve lasting stability in the oil market. Okay, so basically, they do work on the same lines or on the same ages of the OPEC, but yet not part of the OPEC, but they are termed as what? The OPEC Plus or the Vienna Group. The very same city of Austria where the OPEC is having its secretariat or the headquarters. Okay, that's it. So here we go. The next thing to be discussed, as you can see, extent of world's coral reefs hit by the worst over bleaching event. So this wonderful image, as you can watch, some beautiful scenarios that we can find when we go beneath the sea. Okay, that is if you are going ahead for the deep sea diving. Okay, you will be able to have this particular thing, that is coral reefs. Okay, and the thing that is bleaching, it is happening, and this coral bleaching, it is happening because of the excess amount of, could be pollution, global warming, etc. But it is a report which has highlighted by an organization, the report's organization or the name of the organization. Okay, it can be termed as, here we go, the International Coral Reef Initiative. Okay, so here is the name, ICRI, International Coral Reef Initiative, ICRI, the name of the organization. Okay, what it has stated: the fourth global bleaching event since 1998, and now surpassed bleaching from 2014-17 that hits some 2/3 of the reefs, said the ICRI. That means coral reefs are in danger. And now the question here is, though they are the undersea or the underwater things, why are we worried? We are worried because coral reefs, they do provide, first of all, medicines, food, and yes, they act as the barriers to the tsunamis or any underwater catastrophic event. So, looking beautiful, they act beautifully as well. Okay, they do provide some great medicines as well, and they do provide food as well. Apart from that, they are also one of the shield or protection for the human world, okay, against underwater or the sea or the water based catastrophic events, from tsunami to underwater earthquakes, right? Okay, so we talk about the coral reefs, the features of the coral reefs, how they are formed, okay, where they are formed, and so on. So first and foremost, coral reefs, they are underwater ecosystems formed by the calcium carbonate skeletons, okay, of coral polyps, tiny marine animals that live in the colonies. Okay, so that means the marine species, when they die, okay, their skeletons, they do form together, okay, and they do make up what? The coral reef. So basically they are made up of the calcium carbonate. Simply speaking, in skeletons we have got the calcium carbonate, so the corals, they are made up of the calcium carbonate itself. Okay, now these reefs, they thrive where? They thrive in warm, shallow, tropical waters, typically between 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south. Okay, so these are what? Between the tropics, Tropic of Cancer to Capricorn, these are the tropical regions, okay, and they are found here as well. And apart from that, the very next thing, they are warm, they need warm waters. Apart from that, shallow waters as well, not very deep but shallow waters. The next thing, coral reefs, they support an extraordinary diversity of marine life, including fish, mollusks, crustaceans, and sea turtles, earning them the title of the rainforests of the sea. Remember, what is known as the rainforests of the sea? It is the coral reefs, which are considered as the rainforests of the seas. Okay, so here we go. These are what? The coral reefs. Next, is India witnessing a judicial despotism? Well, it's a matter of research and we need to discuss it in detail. So guys, this is just a trailer. The topic here in front of us is India witnessing a judicial despotism. So for which we will be having a special session over this. What is the meaning of the word despotism, first of all? Okay, how am I going to define this word despotism? Despotism isn't enjoying or having the absolute power. Okay, a power that is not checked, an unchecked power, that is basically it is termed as what? Despotism. Okay, so is India going ahead or having a type of a judicial despotism? Right? Yes or no? So don't worry guys, we shall be discussing all of these things in detail, okay, in a separate session, okay, titling the same. Is India witnessing a judicial despotism? Well, let me answer it. No. And yes. Both. Okay. So this is just a trailer. Let's wait for a couple of hours, okay. Today only we shall be having this particular session. Is India facing a judicial despotism? Okay guys, so moving to the next news, next topic for the day, okay. World Bank lowers India's financial year 2026 growth forecast to 6.3%, okay. Obviously, terrorist attacks, inflation, riots, the issues that are unsolved, Manipur, low circulation of the currency, okay, and apart from that, the things that are already troubling because of the international events, that is Russia-Ukraine war, the tariffs war that is going on, or the trade war that is going on right now. Apart from that, the crisis in the Middle East because of the issues of Afghanistan, as well as, okay, Israel-Palestine war, okay. And the Lebanon has been involved in it, Turkey has been involved in it, and apart from that, Southeast Asian nations that are also facing some economic slowdown, and yes, recently they are hit with the natural catastrophe, that is earthquake. So because of which many international reasons are there. I'm not saying domestic reasons are not there. Domestic reasons are there that I have firstly marked the terrorist activities, what we have recently seen. Apart from that, the issues with regard to the riots that are riots or simply the violent clashes that are happening since last couple of weeks because of the Waqf Amendment Act. Okay, that is from West Bengal to Maharashtra region. We are watching it. Then the language row. Apart from that, the governments, the central governments and the state governments type of a miscommunication or less level of coordination. Okay, so production is the problem, farmers issues, they are the problem, and because of which this is the data with what we are witnessing or we are experiencing. So the World Bank stated in the last report that India in the financial year 2025-26 shall be having a growth rate of nearly 6.6%. This is what the data from World Bank has been. The Indian country will be having a growth rate of nearly 6.6%, for which World Bank in its fresh report, the quarterly report, has changed the previous figures and has now stated that it shall be now 6.3%. Okay, hitting a mark because of the domestic as well as international crises, right? So here we go to the next one. Serbia's opposition files criminal complaint over alleged sonic weapons use. Okay, so Serbia is right now in the midst of the trouble as its own opposition parties actually, has filed a complaint accusing Serbian government of using this particular weapon, which we term it as the sonic weapon. Okay, so what is sonic weapon and what are the things we need to discuss? So firstly, sonic weapons. Okay, the basic definition. As you can see, the sonic weapons are devices that deliver highly concentrated and amplified sound over a long distances, usually for crowd control. Okay, usually for what? Crowd control. Okay, so this is what a sonic weapon is, that releases huge amount of sound. Okay, a sound that disturbs the ears, specifically when there is a mob, okay, or a violent crowd. To control it, it is what? The sonic weapon. So in 2004, the sonic weapons, they were used for the first time by the United States. Okay, so remember, next thing, it is Iraq, to project loud sounds over long distances in Iraq. So in 2004, it is used by whom? It is used by United States of America. Where? In which country? It was Iraq. Okay, in order to control the crowd of Iraq. Okay, the American government used what? The sonic weapons. Okay, sonic weapons basically which are emitting or providing huge sound waves. Okay, that can cover a long distance as well. Right. So now what are the further features of the sonic or the sonic weapons? So basically, as you can see, it is of three distinct types. How many types? Three types. Okay, so first one is LRAD, which Serbia has accused to be used. Okay, Serbia has been accused to be used. Okay, so long range acoustic device, LRAD. Okay, what is this? LRAD, long range acoustic device. It produces sound of up to 160 decibels. Okay, causing the ringing ears. It is also known as tinnitus. Tinnitus as in ringing ears, as in when your ears, they started having the whole huge amount of vibrations, specifically troubling your eardrums. Okay, so this is what is termed as tinnitus. Apart from that, hearing damages as well. So what it is? 160 decibels. And to compare the 160 decibels level, we have got this paragraph, this line. A jet engine, when it is taking off, it produces 130 to 140 decibels of sound. Whereas LRAD, what is that? Long range acoustic device, it produces how much? 160. Nearly you can see 20 to 30 decibels more as compared to the jet engine takeoff sounds. So how much lethal it is, you can now realize. Next, a gunshot around 150 decibels. Sound above 120 decibels can cause permanent hearing damage. Okay, and LRAD, it is producing how much? 160 decibels. Okay, the first type, it is LRAD. Second type, it is known as mosquito. Okay, what is the second type known as? Second type is known as mosquito. So it emits high pitched sound, painful only to young people that are below 30. Okay, so mosquitoes, it will be troubling only to the people, those who are less than 30. And the last one is infrasonic weapon. What is this? Infrasonic weapon. So it delivers low frequency, inaudible sounds causing pain and disorientation. So it will be a sound that will be irritating or frustrating in nature, which something which will, provide much amount of discomfort or restlessness to your body. Okay, type of a vibration. So this is what is known as infrasonic weapons. So three types of sonic weapons we have. Okay, the first one is LRAD, that is long range acoustic devices producing nearly 160 decibels. Okay, comparing it to the flight engine, okay, jet engine takeoff, that is between 130 to 140 decibels, or when a gunshot is there, it is around 150 decibels, right? But here it is 160 decibels. Okay, next one is mosquito, okay, which is painful only to the ears of those people, those who are less than 30 years, okay, that is under 30 years or under. And the last one is infrasonic weapons, having literally no sound, but yes, providing good amount of discomfort to the ears. Okay, so this is what we call it as sonic weapons. And who has been accused? Serbia has been accused of using it. Okay, as you can see, a matter of joy now, an event of success now, but this time it's for China. Okay, though an enemy, but when enemy also does good, you must appreciate. This is what the scene of a good person they are, right? And we are good. India is good. We are, right? No doubt. We are at least not like Pakistan. At least, right? Na Pakistan. Very. So here we have Chinese flags roaring up ahead. Why? Because in its Gobi Desert region, just a day before yesterday, okay, just a day yesterday, that is, Shenzhou 20 satellites, they have been launched by China. Okay, so guys, remember here, propaganda flags are seen at the Jiquan Satellite Launch Center. Jiquan Satellite Launch Center belongs to which country? It belongs to China. Where is this particular launch center? It is in Gobi Desert. Where is Gobi Desert? Exactly, it is between Russia and China. Okay, so let's say, for example, this is Russia and this is China. Okay, so Gobi Desert is exactly between, some parts it is in Russia, some parts it is in here. So it is here Gobi. Okay, Gobi nahi, not Gobi, Gobi, Gobi Desert. Okay, so this is what Gobi Desert, and there China has got its satellite launch station that is known as Jiquan Satellite Launch Center. Okay, and it has launched a satellite system that is known as Shenzhou 20. So Shenzhou 20 belongs to which country? It belongs to China. Okay, guys, so that's it from my side today in this the Hindu analysis, date being 24th of April. Okay, yeah, there Tanmay, it is Gobi, Gobi. Okay, not Gobi, Gobi, Gobi. Okay. Yes, Srinu, hello, good morning all of you, and it's time to say good afternoon actually. Okay, so guys, that's it from my side today, and please do not forget to subscribe to our StudyIQ IS English channel. Okay, you know the purpose very well. Quality and quantity delivery, we are providing you whole day, right? Literally whole day from morning 9 a.m. to night 10 p.m. Okay, so as you can see, the level of dedication and hard work we guys from the team of StudyIQ are providing to you. And apart from that, the results, they have spoken a lot. Out of 1009 selections, okay, in total, how much we have got? We have got 200 and plus from just the team of StudyIQ. Right, everyone? So thank you so much for watching. And yes, you need to subscribe to the channel as well. And wherever you wish to connect with me, we have got 2 platforms to connect. Okay, the first one is the Instagram, second one is the Telegram. So on Instagram, you can search me with the username Praveen Mishra _2107. And on Telegram, you can search my channel, that is study_with_Praveen. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please do let me know if there is any opinion into the comment section, and do hit the like button as well in case you like the session. Okay, guys, see you. Good day. Bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.